Welcome, everybody, to another episode of What? The podcast where we ask, what? Wait, no, that's after this one. I got the time switch up again. This is HomeKit Insider. You got me, Andrew O'Hara, here with my pal, Mr. Steven Too Tight White Pants Robles. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing well. You know, I did have an entire white suit at one point. It was a 4-button white suit. I wore it, I think, twice, and never again. Very easy to get it dirty. Very easy. Shows everything.
Sure.
Shows everything. You know, we have some earth-shattering reviews coming today. I didn't even tell you about this, Andrew, but I mean, I got a 64-gigabyte USB flash drive. That's what this episode's about. Look at that. I actually had to buy a USB drive for something because, I had to do that. But I was actually surprised. Like, they actually come in these like tiny little form factors now. It's like it's not even like a stick. It's just a USB.
I got pitched like a week ago, brand spanking new, flash drive, like good, like 500 gig, like 1 terabyte options for this thing.
Yeah,
super forward thinking.
Sure.
With Lightning on one side and USB-A on the other.
That's the most useless. Like, that would be obsolete next month. What?
Literally, like.
Don't do that.
This is a brand new product.
No, don't do that. Sorry. No, don't do that. Anyway, I'm excited for our USB-C overlords. You know, I was thinking, this is not HomeKit related, but, you know, it's Apple related. The whole USB-C transition with the iPhone 15, whether you want it or not, I realized, I thought it's all going to be positive. But actually, no, there's actually going to be a whole segment of the users that are like, Apple's making us buy another cable. Because there is a whole 100%. World of, like, norms who have only used Lightning cables for the last 10 years and don't have a bunch of tech like we do with USB-C devices everywhere. They're going to be mad about it, Andrew. Do you think they're going to be mad? I think they're going to be mad.
1,000,000%. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man.
People were mad with the switch to Lightning, and the switch to Lightning was an insane upgrade. I mean, 30-pin, you had literally squeezy connectors on the side. It only ran one way. Gross. It was really long and narrow, and then there's Lightning, like boom, super tiny, works in both directions, guarantee we'll have it for at least 10 years, and you know, we've surpassed that. Honestly, I have no problems with Lightning. I never use it, and I don't even have really a need to plug in anything else, so for me, it is more of a downside. It does kill the Lightning accessories that I do have, so
sure
in some ways that's a bummer. I also have just obviously plenty of sticking points with USB-C that have yet to be solved. So I don't know. I'm not going to be up in arms about it, but I would prefer just change it, stay the same, or went to some wireless, nice way of doing it. But I think there's going to be a lot of angry people that are going to have to throw away a ton of cables and chargers and adapters and docks. So many things had it just built in.
Yeah, I mean,
people
at least
have plug into the bottom and fan themselves with their phones. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. They're gonna be dead.
Those accessories are terrible. No, we'll see. I mean, at least Apple had been changing the bricks over to USB-C recently. So, like, if you bought an iPad in the last 4-ish years, like, you get a USB-C brick. But we'll see. I mean, they have to update. Well, some iPads come with bricks. I don't even know.
You said iPhones, I think.
No, iPad. No, I know iPhone.
Oh, okay.
You don't know. There's no brick.
Maybe I heard you wrong.
No. There's no brick. Apple's like, you're on your own, bro. But if USB-C comes to iPhone, remember Apple's MagSafe battery pack. You got the MagSafe Duo, AirPods. Like, I imagine those cases have to go to USB-C. Like, I imagine a wave of USB-C is going to come next month, but we'll see.
But I mean, the only one that does irk me is the MagSafe battery pack, because they do use, like, there's Lightning isn't super common around here, and I would like that to have had like a MagSafe input or USB-C input, but that's the one that's a stickler for me.
I'd love to charge my MagSafe battery via MagSafe. I think that would be fun. Like, I would just stick it on my little Belkin tree. But anyway, that's USB-C. We'll get to that. And listen, next month, we're kind of in like the calm before the storm, because like next month it's going to be all the things, you know, iPhone and all this kind of stuff launching. But we do have some HomeKit news. We have some HomeKit stuff to talk about. We also have some follow-up, which I want to thank Dustin. I think this is on X, formerly known as Twitter, the artist formerly known as Twitter. And, I mentioned Mail-a-Spud last episode, where you can like have a potato mailed to someone with a permanent marker message on it. That was on this show, right? Didn't I mention that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was this one. Well, apparently there's more than one service that does this for you. So not only can you do Mail-a-Spud.
This is the one that I had heard of before.
Oh,
I had heard of this one.
This is Potato Parcel. That's great alliteration. Yep. PotatoParcel.com. You can also have an image or a message. And Dustin sent an image. He put, I don't know if it was his face or someone else's face on a potato, and then send that potato to someone. So just brilliant. Brilliant. As we go into the holiday season, listen, don't take on that pressure of buying gifts for everyone. Send them all potatoes with a heartfelt message. Maybe not. Maybe don't do that. That advice was not sound. Okay. A bunch of news. Let's get into some news. First of all, an FCC filing may have revealed the next Eve cam. This is possibly what it might look like. Again, Eve has not announced anything yet, but this looks to be not an outdoor cam. This would be replacing Eve's indoor cam with the whole Eve acquisition. I forget who they were acquired by. Do you remember? I forget their name. It's something. Anyway, Eve was acquired. I've already forgotten. Eve was acquired by another company. They're going to be pushing into the Matter space, which they were, very much HomeKit only for a long time. So most likely this will be a Matter camera, possibly. But this would be... No, you don't think it's going to be Matter? You think it's still going to be HomeKit only?
There's no cameras in the Matter spec. So
right. Duh.
For right now, Matter.
Well, it doesn't... Yeah, no Matter. So, yeah, I'm curious then what this would be. If it would be HomeKit Secure Video or if they would want to make it more universal. But this would be, I guess, another indoor camera. Again, we don't know anything about it. I was hoping they're going to come out with a second-generation outdoor cam, their floodlight camera, only because, I think I talked about this many, many moons ago, but their outdoor cam, you can only mount it one way, and I have floodlights that are mounted under the soffit of my house, and like the Eve cam doesn't twist that way. Like you can't mount it upside down and actually have it work. You would have an upside-down camera feed if you did that. So nice to see at least maybe Eve is coming out with a second camera, at least indoor, and then hopefully they update the outdoor cam with a different design. This design has like a looking swivel type thing that maybe could swivel in all different directions. So it would be nice if the outdoor cam did that too. Oh yeah.
I think that's basically the same design of the current camera, right? Except with a round head or a square head, whatever the opposite of the current one is.
I don't think the current Eve cam moves at all.
No?
Oh, no, maybe it does.
It does. I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure it does. It's been a while since I stuck it up there. But yeah, so it currently has a round head, and it now is going to have like a rounded square head. But other than that, I'm not sure what needs to change on this because why change the design, I guess.
Right.
Is a thing. It seems to work just fine. I don't have any issues with it. It supports all the latest HomeKit stuff, including like secure video. So I don't know. Curious.
So you have one. You have one of these? Oh yeah, look at that. There it is.
Yes, the current one. Yes.
Huh. Yeah, there it is. It's on a wall, just like the new model was showing. So yeah, I don't know.
I believe the indoor one can be flipped upside down. Right. There is an option in the settings to flip the camera feed. So yeah,
I don't know then.
I have no issues with the current one. So it's peculiar that they're switching the design of it to a more square shape. We also still have that, we talked about it like more than a month ago now, that AirPlay 2 adapter that was also leaked that we haven't heard anything about yet.
Maybe Eve will do a drop.
They do some stuff at IFA. They do stuff at IFA.
Oh, okay.
So that's beginning of September, I want to say. So maybe the beginning of September, we're going to see some stuff.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Well, very good. Well, next, this was The Verge covering it. Our friend Jennifer Toohey, who's been on the show multiple times. We have a smart door. Possibly a first smart door. You might have seen this at CES, didn't you?
I did.
You did see this at CES.
I talked about it. I played with it. It's interesting.
It is interesting. $4,000. Is it that interesting?
I mean, honestly, in some ways, like it is really nice because everything is built in. Like you don't have to do anything, and it's all hardwired. There's no batteries to replace. And I don't know if you've looked at the price of like bespoke doors, Steven. They're not a cheap investment. Like even without the smart tech in there, it's like one of those things like faucets. It's like, hey, you want a slightly different finish to it? That's $800 for your faucet. Like they just jump the prices up like crazy amounts.
Well, this is so it has a Yale lock built in. And then I think it also has a video doorbell, but it's a Ring video doorbell.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I imagine the Yale lock would probably work with HomeKit, but the doorbell camera wouldn't, which is kind of annoying. Like, you couldn't really use all the functionality of this door if you were a HomeKit only home. But if you were a Ring doorbell / Yale, or I guess if you're just in the smart Amazon world, Amazon smart home, this would be useful. But Home Depot, like, it is here on Home Depot's website. It's $4,000. Lots of different color options and different like model options, different sizes. You can get it up to 96 inches tall. You can get like different, I think, is those windows inlets maybe? Or no, just the design.
I think so. Just the design.
And hardware. But you have to request an appointment if you want this door. Home Depot's like, no, we're not going to let you buy this thing just willy-nilly. We want you to know what this thing's about before you buy it. So, but yeah, it's on Home Depot's website right there. Look at that. We'll put it in the show notes if anyone's going to buy a smart door. I don't know, when I was building my house, that might have been a tempting thing to have like the smart lock built in. And so the smart lock is hardwired, you said, right? So no batteries.
Yes, correct. Everything is completely built in. You don't have to replace any batteries.
That would be tempting. Never have to worry about a battery for your smart lock. I don't know, $4,000. That's intense. So, anyway,
it's fiberglass, motion-activated light in the door. There's a door state sensor, so you know if it's open or closed. There's an emergency battery backup, so you can still control everything, even with a power outage. Ring app for that. The Yale app for the Assure SL lock. There's the M Power app for the door, which includes the lighting and the door sensors. So yeah, there's a lot of tech built into this thing.
That's cool. And I don't even know if I said the name yet. It's a Masonite M Power PWR smart door. That is it. The door state is nice too, though. That is nice because then you don't even need a contact sensor on the door. It's getting more and more appealing. Not for $4,000, but it's out there. Nice to know this is something that exists. So we have some more announcements, and I have some products off screen to show. But before we do, yo quiero hablarte, I don't know if I said that right, about Babbel. I couldn't get any farther.
Oh boy.
That's the French that I know, and then I know a little German. I say Nach Frankreich zu Samen die Grenadier. That was a song I had to sing in college. But here's what I really want to ask you, Andrew. ¿Le está gustando mi podcast? Do you like my podcast? Maybe not this one, because this is our podcast. Do you like my other podcast? I don't know. And it was like, But anyway, all of that, all those languages, Spanish, German, Portuguese, Russian, French, Italian, you can all learn with one of today's sponsors, which is Babbel, Babbel. It is the second best way to learn a language. When I saw that in the ad read, I was like, wait, second best way? Why wouldn't you say first best? But they, of course, admit the best way to learn a language is you live in the country and you get immersed in the language. But the second best way after that, because most people can't do that, is Babbel. 1 in 5 Americans have learned a new language on their bucket list. Maybe you just want to do it because you have family members who speak another language. Maybe you're planning a trip somewhere, trip to Europe or another country. Well, learn how to speak the language. And I have to tell you, I used to work for a travel company, and I wish I knew more languages back then. I visited Germany, I visited Amsterdam, and I visited Israel multiple times. And it would have been so nice just to have some kind of like basic knowledge of how to say, like, this is what I want on my pita or sandwich. Like I just had no idea what they were saying. We just couldn't communicate. And of course, you had a guide or whatever. But it was just nice to do it. I don't know if you could learn a language, Andrew. Which would you pick? What do you think? What would you pick now?
I don't know. When I did high school, I went with Spanish. I think it was just the most universal. So if I was picking a new one, if I was continuing, I would definitely go Spanish.
Yeah, I would go Spanish too, because I still have family that are fluent in Spanish, and I am not. I took it for years in high school, but I feel like Babbel would probably do me better. It'd probably stick with me, because don't pay hundreds of dollars for a private tutor when you can do it in Babbel. And I like that you can speak to the Babbel app, and will actually give you tips on your accent, which is nice. Because, you go to another country, if you look American, sound American, and then you try to speak in another language, and they're like, yeah, we see it from a mile away. Babbel can help you actually sound like the language is supposed to sound, which is great. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove Babbel is better. I like that alliteration. And for instance, one study found using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college and way cheaper, let me tell you. So with over 10 million subscriptions sold, Babbel is real language learning for real conversations. Here's a special limited time deal for HomeKit Insider listeners. Get started right now, 55% off. That's more than half. Okay, we're talking language, but I'm doing math. 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for HomeKit Insider listeners at babbel.com/HKI. So get 55% off at babbel.com/HKI. That's spelled BABBEL.com/HKI. The link is in the show notes. You just click it there. Rules and restrictions may apply. Our thanks to Babbel. Gracias, Babbel, para sponsoring este episode. I don't know how to say episode or sponsor, so I need to get back on Babbel. I need to get back on Babbel.
Nailed it.
Oh, man. We had a product release, Andrew. We had a new HomeKit product released. Do you have one that you could show? Are you going to show it on camera?
I'm not going to show it on camera.
This is the Aqara LED light strip T1. Aqara has released, I think this is their first light strip, right?
This is their first. This is, I think, their first like lighting product.
That is true. That is true. So light strip right here, you do need the Aqara hub. This is not a just thread, no hub required device. You do need an Aqara Zigbee hub to use this, but you can get extensions. There's a little extension pack, so if you want to get even longer. This one, it comes pretty long. I think this one is, 6 meters. I need the Babbel app to translate meters to feet for us here in America, but I forget how long this is. But you can get it pretty long. And again, as you can see, I haven't set it up yet, but it does HomeKit Adaptive Lighting. Of course, you can do all the smart home automations. You need the Aqara app, but it's cool. Another light strip option. Aqara stuff, too, I always find to be very responsive. And so I'm excited to set this up and try it out. But yeah.
Yeah, the big thing, too, with this, so it supports Matter as well as Apple Home natively, and it supports actual adaptive lighting, as you said, but it is, what do they call it, RGBIC, so you have 10 independently controllable zones in this light strip that you can assign different colors, different brightnesses, all that kind of stuff. So you can really customize this light strip. I much prefer the RGBIC light strips because you do have that option. It's not something available natively in HomeKit, so you got to go through the Aqara app to do it.
Right.
But it is nice that you have that option. You can create those scenes there, since this was a recent update, right, Stephen? In the Aqara app, so you can create those scenes with multiple colors on the light strip, and then move those over to HomeKit, and then trigger them that way, however you need to do. The light strip itself, I believe, is water resistant, but not the power supply. So you can run the light strip outside, and then keep the power supply protected from the elements.
Yeah, you put it in one of those little plastic cover things. Yeah, you can do that.
Do they include the clips, Steven? Because it says in the PR, you can cut it and then put it back together.
That's right. I'm unboxing it as we speak.
So do they include... Yeah, I wonder if they include the clips, because I don't know if you remember this a long time ago, Steven, but I did the built-in pantry that I made for our house, and I ran the Hue light strips, and I actually used a jumper. I used an Ethernet cable to run the power from one side to the other, so I could use essentially one controllable light strip for the entire thing, and it was not easy. I had to buy these little adapters online plus Ethernet cable to do everything, but this looked just so easy that you could literally cut it and then clip it back together if you needed to. Just super simple.
Well, I'm unboxing and putting it together as we speak. So here's the power adapter, pretty chunky, and there's also a controller right here on the cable. So you actually have power, light, and then music. I guess this syncs to music as well.
Yeah, there's a built-in microphone, so it will sync to music without having to open up the app. So you can literally do it all on the lights itself.
Wow. So I do not see any clips in the Aqara in that box, but let me open the extension box. Again, another live unboxing here. Let me open this up.
This is thrilling.
Thrilling stuff.
There's a bunch of 6-year-olds that are loving these unboxing videos right now. They're
I should have put it in an egg or something. There you
go.
Yeah, no clips. So this is the extension part. No clips in it. Has the 3M sticky thing on the back. It just kind of has the raw connector right here that would plug into the main light strip, the other end of the light strip. But no clips. No clips anywhere. So, but yeah, Aqara light strip. There we go. Let's see. We also have an article. I'll put the link in the show notes. But yeah, there it is. Look at that. Look at that. Aqara T1 light strip. It is $50 on Amazon right now. The promo code will be expired by the time you listen to this, I think. So I'm not even going to mention it, of course. But yeah, so there you go. That's the Aqara light strip. $50. That's pretty inexpensive too. I think the Eve light strip is closer to like $100. What is the Eve light strip? Do you know? That's the one that I
do
use.
not know off the top of my head.
Eve light strip. This is the one I have behind the bed in my bedroom. I put it behind the headboard. $80 for the Eve light strip. But that one doesn't require a hub. So, you know, 6 in one, half a dozen baker's dozen. You know, one of those. But anyway, Aqara, we'll put the link in the show notes if you want to check it out. Also wanted to mention, this was something, I don't know, did you talk about it on the episode that I wasn't on, the Roborock app update? No, you haven't. Okay.
No.
So Roborock did update their app, and I missed the news, actually. That's why I wanted to go back and mention this. But I opened the Roborock app to run the Roborock, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, things are different. And then I saw that we actually have a whole article talking about the updates to the Roborock app, and I have to say, it's very nice. I already liked the Roborock app before. This is, of course, the vacuum. I have the Roborock S7 Max V Ultra. This is the combination vacuum and mop. But now it is, it's just really nice. Like, you also have additional controls. So this is what the Roborock app looks like right here. Oh, wait, let me make myself big here. Gotcha. There it is.
You are so tiny.
So tiny. So this is the Roborock app. I do see additional options like when I press docked, you can actually see now there's commands for like empty and wash that you can do without actually running a cleaning cycle, which is super nice. And when you press clean, if you're cleaning rooms or you're cleaning the entire house, the little button that, you know, it says clean at first, but then it actually shows that it's running. It has like a little progress bar now, which I thought was really cool. And plus you could do like off-peak charging or whatever. But I mean, the Roborock app was already great. Now it's even better. Kudos. It's good stuff.
Here's my problem with Roborock.
Problem. Oh boy.
If your child tries to sit on it, you can't let them ride around. The LiDAR is right there on top.
Seems like a very specific
and
issue.
It'll be like you can't do it. So our son is very mad
strangely specific.
This is all hypothetical.
Oh, I see.
He does like to hypothetically climb on top of it and then press all the buttons, and then it's like he made it mad the other day. He like climbed on and he pressed the button to start a whole house clean, and all of a sudden it like came out at him. He's like,
That's what happens.
And he like backed up towards my wife, and basically like, you made it mad. What'd you do to it? You made it mad.
With the bull. When you mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I did find. So I've been running the Ecovacs Dbot T20, right? That was the newer one, the T20.
I think so.
Yeah, and so I've been running them in tandem, just like long-term testing it. And I do notice the Dbot, which has the lifting mops, but the circle spinning mops, but they do lift. I do find that it gets caught on some rugs around the house. When it goes into some of my bathrooms that have like a small area rug, I will inevitably get a message that like, oh, the D-Bot is hanging off a cliff, or like D-Bot is off the ground, you know, go, and I have to go, and like somehow the spinning mops caught the rug in a certain way, and like I have to rescue it. And this happens like once or twice like per cleaning. And this is something that I had never experienced with the Roborock, which this, you know, the S7 Max V Ultra, I think like the 8 Ultra, like the newer model, there's no spinning mop. You know, it's just the long pad. It lifts.
They call it a sonic mop.
The sonic mop,
it vibrates.
Right. Sonic the Hedgehog mop, which you can get it in blue, you know, if you want to do that. But anyway, so that has never caught that has never caught on anything. I have blue ones. I think I have blue ones for mine. It might be aftermarket mops. It might have been an Amazon kit. But anyway, they like the Roborock never got caught like that. So I'm still testing. I'm curious if this is like an ongoing issue, like especially if you have certain kinds of rugs, if those spinning mops are going to like choke on it every once in a while. I'm not sure. So that's just been my cursory experience. I don't know if you have any experiences like that, but that's just what I've been.
No, I never.
seeing.
We have like 2 rugs. They're the ruggable ones, so they're like Velcro based on the ground. Haven't had any problems with it. Our Roborock actually randomly got stuck for the first time in a long while over the weekend. We had stuck the so I made Harrison a dresser in his room, and the is like kind of hollow a bit. And we usually like we had like a baby scale, right? A long white baby scale. We usually tuck it like behind something. And for whatever reason, we had like slid it underneath the dresser real quick before we had left. And like a baby scale, it's like a large oval, and the sides kind of taper down. And Roborock was just cleaning, and it went under there, and it just like climbed right on top of this thing, like a little ramp. And then it was like, I don't know what to do.
I'm
afraid to move. So it just stayed there until we had gotten home. So don't put tiny ramps under furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a really, really specific random time. We don't usually even have that thing laying there. So that was just, I didn't even think about it, but it was like sloped, so it like just looked like it could kind of climb over it, because it can go over, transition strips, everything up to like, it's like a half an inch or maybe more, I don't know. But it can climb onto those ledges and stuff, and it's just fine. But I think the combination of climbing up plus being under a dresser made it just feel like, I'm afraid to move. Somebody
I don't want to mess anything up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember when I had one of an early Roomba, like one of the early Roombas, that thing was, it said it was on a cliff all the time. Like it would just be on a flat hardwood floor and just stop. Like, I'm on a cliff. You're on the floor. Relax. It's like there's nothing on you. Anyway, we've come a long way in robot vacuums. All right, we have a little bit more news, and then I have another product I want to talk about. But I want to thank our second and final sponsor, our friends at Shopify. Shopify, listen, I'm just going to speak from the heart for a second. I have set up many client websites in the past, and I've used various methods for e-commerce. There's lots of options out there, but I have to say there is none easier and none more robust than Shopify. I've had clients that had just like products that needed many, many different options, whether it was like, I remember one was pillows, and there was like many different patterns and sizing options, and most other systems would just choke like a robot vacuum on a rug. It just choked on the amount of variations in products that people were trying to do. And I have to say, Shopify, it can handle anything you throw at it. Also, specific like ongoing or like recurring subscriptions and discounts. Shopify, especially on digital products, Shopify just has all the anything you might need. Whatever kind of discount or ways you want to charge for things, Shopify has got you covered. Shopify puts you in control of every sales channel. So whether you're selling satin sheets, I didn't even see that in the ad read further. I talked about pillows. They had sheets right here. It's like we're thinking, it's great minds think alike. And from Shopify's in-person POS system, or offering organic olive oil, Shopify's all-in-one e-commerce platform has you covered. And I forgot to mention, the POS, they have a point-of-sale physical system. So if you have a small business where you sell things in person and online, Shopify has you covered too. And I know you've experienced, or you really are like the Shop app and some of the other Shopify features like that. Tell me again about that.
Yeah, Shopify is such a cool platform because, like you said, on the web dev side, super easy to implement, build out, and expand. Even like working with vendors, Steven, like I hear all this time, like, oh, we have Shopify, we can do like this ridiculous number of like coupon coding and discount coding, stuff like that. And then you switch to another, someone that's working with us, and they're like, oh, sorry, we can have like one coupon code or some really weird random stuff. So like I hear it literally from people we work with, which is kind of crazy. Accessory manufacturers. But then on the client side, like the user experience side, it's fantastic. It's like a streamlined process that you recognize when you go through the checkout, and it looks like the same. You can take Apple Pay, which makes it super easy for Apple users to pay on their Mac or their iPhone just with Apple Pay and your stored cards. You don't have to give any information, and makes it fast, easy, streamlined. And then on the post-purchase side, you have the tracking. Like you can track all your purchases automatically through the Shop app. Shop app also, I believe, at least in some instances, supports the Apple Wallet tracking feature. So it like pulls it into there. Like, I mean, they're knocking it out of the park across the board. Literally from the development side to the marketing side to the checkout side to the follow-up review post-purchase side. Like, it's really great.
Yep. I think the only time that in-wallet tracking has worked for me was when it was a Shopify purchase.
Yes,
not even the App Store.
No.
Not even the Apple Store works with tracking.
No.
But anyways, Shopify is the commerce platform revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide. So whether you're running a garage, entrepreneur, or you're IPO ready, Shopify is the only tool you need to start running. Grow your business without the struggle. And once you've reached your audience, Shopify is the internet's best converting checkout, like Andrew was saying, to help you turn them from browsers to buyers. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. and they're truly a global force. They power Allbirds, Rothy's, I bought some Allbird shoes, Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 170 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period, $1 at shopify.com/HomeKit, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/HomeKit to take your business to the next level today. With the holiday season coming up, now's a great time to get your store all ready to go. Shopify.com/HomeKit. Thank you, Shopify. Cha-ching. They have a sound effect that I put in. It goes cha-ching. So anyway, you put something in here about an LG TV, which I have a couple of LG TVs. So what is this about? LG TV.
Okay, Steven.
Oh,
Steven?
I heard about this.
This is
too
cool.
Yes.
This is a TV in a suitcase. It's a TV in a
Ridiculous.
suitcase, Steven. It is
ridiculous.
So flipping cool. So it's a grand, and you get a 27-inch LED touchscreen TV that closes up into a suitcase. It has got built-in battery that'll let you watch for up to 3 hours, which is honestly enough time to get through like Oppenheimer. Like you can literally sit and watch Oppenheimer on this, and
it'll cut off on the credits, but you'll be all right.
Well, the credits are equally 3 hours long, Steven. So, but yeah, they have all these other instances of being able to put it like flat down and using it as like a game board. Like there's literally like one of the PR images of like children playing chess on this thing. There he's controlling music. There is AirPlay support,
the board.
So you can stream your audio or your video to this from your iOS devices. I just think this is so
amazing.
Cool. Like, talk about unique. Like, usually, like, Samsung is the king of unique TVs, right? Like, they got the frame. They've got their easel TVs that rotate orientation so you can watch TikTok on, like, a 32-inch screen for some reason. But this, I just think, is so cool. I love it. I think we're going to have a review. Like, 100%.
How much is this thing?
It's $1,000, but if you buy it right now, you get a $300 Bluetooth speaker, the LG X Boom 360 Bluetooth speaker. I will say this did launch overseas first, so this is not like 1,000,000% new. It just launched basically stateside. So this was in Europe first before coming over here. But I'm sold. Look at these pictures, Steven. Like,
amazing.
Oh,
how big is this?
27 inches.
27 inches.
Pops up, it rotates. You can even run it vertical. Like,
amazing.
What's not to love?
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is vertically.
What's not to love about this, Steve?
It is the LG StandByMe Go Portable Smart Touchscreen. That's the key. This is a touchscreen. This is not just a TV.
So let me tell you this, Steve. Let me tell you this. I don't know about you. I mean, you're a Floridian, so there's plenty of outside stuff when you're not getting attacked by weather. Or the insects, or the gators,
or alligators, or Florida man.
Yeah, I was about to say, or
whatever.
just the people from Florida. So I know there's like a couple things that keep you indoors, but you appreciate the outdoor lifestyle. So we have got a nice patio that we worked on, and flowers and a fire pit and all that stuff. So usually what we do is we'll come out and we'll put on like a Blue Jackets game. We'll put on Cleveland Guardians game, we'll put on Ohio State football or whatever, and we put it up on like a projector. And I have like a projector screen we put out there. But the thing is, even with like most of these projectors that I get, and I've tested so many, it's honestly a struggle in daylight to really like see everything well in this way. By the time that you get something good on like the projector screen, it has to be fairly late at night for it to work. And I'm talking like I have spent over $1,000 on some of these projectors, and they still aren't, perfect for out there. And you got to still run, cables and everything like that. This is such an amazing thing to literally just like grab a suitcase, throw it on your patio, and stick it wherever you want. 27 inches isn't small either. I mean, tailgating, this is... Are you kidding me? I know you're not a sports ball fan, but come on. But I would much rather use this in my backyard than those projectors. Like, sure, I can get a 100-inch screen with a projector, but you can't see it until after sundown. And something like this, you can just pop up, AirPlay to it. This is checking some boxes for me. This is pretty sweet. It's only 1080, which is the downside, but...
Yeah, I mean, 27 inches, though. I mean, it's not a big deal. But like you were saying, we would go camping once a year. We have like a little pop-up camper, and we would go. And there was one year that the Super Bowl landed on our camping trip. And that was, while I might not be a sports ball fan, I want to watch the Super Bowl. I want to see the commercials. I want to see what all the hype is about. And we did a projector, but like you said, it has to be pitch black in order for it to even be visible. And then, it's just awkward. You got to, hang a sheet or something or set up a screen if you had that. Honestly, if I had this little briefcase thing, I'd feel like Ethan Hunt, like Mission Impossible. Bring this thing out, pop out that screen, put on the Super Bowl, you're good to go. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I mean, that's fun. That's pretty fun. And, the briefcase look, they really nailed it with that briefcase look because it really does feel like secret agent stuff. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I love that shot right there.
I like that.
You open it up and it's a record player, Steven.
It's a turntable.
You open it up and there's literally
the most meta
skeuomorphic design.
A digital touchscreen skeuomorphic turntable that's also on a TV in a briefcase. This is just amazing. Listen, LG, if you want to send me one, I'll review it too. That thing looks pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I do like it. All right. That is the LG StandByMe. StandByMe. I wonder, they got to use the song if they do an ad, I imagine. You got to do that. But anyway, that's pretty cool. The LG StandByMe. Well, I got something to show you as well, Andrew. This is not smart home or TV related. But this is a new little device. I actually saw it on a social media ad, and then they actually sent me this thing. This is the Tidbyt.
I've been staring at those.
This is the Tidbyt, and it's pretty cool. So the camera is making it look like there's bands coming through. It's less pronounced on things like this. But this is like an LED box. It is basically just like a pretty, low resolution, if you could say, LED panel, meaning you see the little dots, you know what I mean? But that's the look. That's the look they're going for. And so it's in this wood frame. It is USB-C powered on the back, so it does come with a plug and cable. But I actually have this plugged into one of my Anchor chargers right now, so it's nice. You can do that. You can also hang it if you wanted to, and then you can program different things to scroll on the screen. There's the DVD logo. It's just bouncing around, and it's pretty fun. And so there's a bunch of different apps you can put on it right now. You tell it your address if you'd like, and then it tells you the weather, and then it also does that day-night thing, and it can focus on your specific location. And then here in the app, you can have you program the things that you want to rotate, and then you can also say how quickly you want it to rotate, or you can even set it on a schedule. So if you want the weather and time for a certain amount of time during the day, and then you want something else, you can do that. You can also do sports scores, they have baseball scores. You can do Spotify, which I'm not really sure how that works, but they have traffic, metro, subway stuff. You can do fun things like Pac-Man. And so I'm going to do that. There's a just for fun thing. There's space. Oh, I'm adding that. Hold on. So these are some of the things I'm doing in the app. Wow, that got really dim. Anyway, look, there's space. Again, low resolution images of the James Webb Telescope, but that's pretty cool. And so for weather, it's an always on display. You can schedule it. You can also say I want you to dim really far, at night. So you could say at 11 p.m. just get super dim. I don't want have to mess with it. So you could do that, and but yeah, it's pretty fun. Here's arcade classics. There's hold on, it's gonna take a while. There we go. There's Pac-Man. So that's Ms. Pac-Man, and then there's regular Pac-Man.
Nope, that's I guess still regular Ms. Pac-Man.
No, not yet. Still Ms. Pac-Man.
Is this regular Pac-Man? Isn't she married?
Pac-Man.
Isn't it Miss? Is it
Mrs. Pac-Man?
Or Mrs.? Is that just some single lady, or are they together?
I thought it was Ms. Pac-Man. All the same.
I don't know.
I thought it was Ms.
just assumed that they were together.
I don't know.
Maybe that's racist to me.
You thought they were a couple.
I've just assumed that the two circle things Pac-Man. That I know must be together. That's probably offensive.
Yeah, I think it's Ms. Maybe he wants to get with Ms. Pac-Man. I don't know, but that's listeners, if you have the backstory on Ms. and Mr. Pac-Man, and Mrs. Pac-Man,
love Pac-Man though. Have you seen that Lego set? It's so cool.
Ridiculous.
It moves.
It's so cool. Yes, it is amazing. I also saw a Bowser one. Look, they also got Mario Kart. That's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. So there's that. Oh, Andrew disappeared. Where's he going? I was just going to mention that, Andrew. Andrew is holding the Bowser Lego, which is insane. Oh, my... Bro.
I mean, the arms move. Wow. Got little hands.
Bro. I don't know. Barnes & Noble, I don't know if you... Where did you get that one?
Just through Lego.
Just through Lego? For some reason, like Barnes & Noble, we have one near our house. I've been going to it. And they have all these coolest Legos, and they have that Bowser... He just spit fire. They have that Bowser, and they also have a question mark block.
Oh, I have
Did you see
one.
that?
It's
you
in
can
my
like
closet.
just get the block. Do you? Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
those are the
does
coolest
shoot fire.
Legos.
He lifts his
so
little
cool.
switch, and his head lifts back, and he shoots a fireball.
That is amazing. Well, anyway, yeah, totally stole the thunder from Tidbyt, but yeah, the Lego Bowser is pretty epic. I have to say. I would totally put that in the background of my studio set. You should just leave him there. He looks good there.
This is constantly in flux
Just
between
chilling.
shooting on it and just trying to figure out what gives a good, background depth, just kind of like visually interesting but not distracting. And it's constantly changing. And I can't ever decide to commit to put something up on the wall.
You put the nanoleaf shapes, the hex shapes, so you committed to something. So yeah. Anyway, that was Tidbyt. I was going to put it on the shelves behind me here in the studio, but because of that banding issue, and also because it the background is so blurred, you can't read anything on it. I couldn't even put an Easter egg on it. So I'm going to find a place in the house to put it, at the very least, just to have the weather kind of just displayed for everyone to see, and then you could also do a 3-day forecast. Is pretty cool. So, but yeah, Tidbyt. I thought that was pretty fun. It
reminds me visually of, so I guess for people who are listening, not watching, it's got just round dots along the front for that pixelated look, and then it's got a walnut wood border around it. And it reminds me of the first generation Awair display. If you've seen those, I sent you a picture, Steven. Oh. There's other pictures that are probably better. But everyone always asked what this thing was as it was sitting on my desk and on my background and stuff. But again, it has just a walnut wooden border around it and then a pixelated front display. Now this one was a smart air quality monitor, so it would collect the air monitor and give you a breakdown of the different stuff in your room. Super neat, and they stopped selling this version, unfortunately, because this is the one I think looks really cool. Their new versions look okay. Not amazing. The new ones do look really nice. I don't want to disparage their new models at all. So you don't click back and look at them. They're very clean looking, and I really like that. And I would have liked their stuff more if they supported HomeKit. But they do a ton of stuff. That looks nice to me. But I really like the wooden border. I don't know why they switched from the wood to the plastic. These look like an Apple design product, just super clean, minimalistic, white and gray. But yeah, the Tidbyt reminded me of that first Gen Awair.
Tidbyt is fun, yeah. Now this thing is actually the air quality monitor and a little display all in one device. It's not actually so that's nice. This one's $200 bucks, but not HomeKit, I guess. Correct. It's just you'd have to use the app. Right. Yeah, I mean it does look cool. It looks cool, but yeah, I do like the wood. The wood is nice. I'll put this one in the show notes too. But yeah, that's what I got. Again, not a lot of other HomeKit news, but I don't know. You think this is gonna be a big fall, Andrew? Think we're gonna see a bunch of devices coming out next few months?
It's gonna be a good few weeks for the show. I
Andrew's smiling as though he knows something.
That we're gonna have things to talk about for probably the next month or so.
Wow.
I'm pretty confident.
That's not even being cagey. That's not even being cagey. You're basically just saying, stuff is happening. Get ready. That's what that sounds like.
I think we're going to have some stuff to talk about.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, that's exciting. All right. Well, then you need to subscribe. YouTube.com/HomeKit Insider. You can watch all the things we were showing today. Lots of visuals today. So, we try to explain it as we go. But you can also watch the show over there. And you can comment. Also, rate and review the show. I'd love to give you a shout out on the next HomeKit Insider. And let us know what projects you got going on. Any new devices, that HomeKit devices or Matter devices you've been setting up. We'd love to hear from you. And all of our socials are in the handle. Andrew loves Threads the most. So if you want to message Andrew, go ahead and mention him on Threads. He loves that one the best. and then the other one's secondary. X, formerly known as Twitter, the artist formerly known. You could do that too. All of our handles are in the show notes. We're on Mastodon also. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.